Greetings, I'm Gregor here in Havener, and in this video I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about vehicle classes and progression in Armored Warfare. Armored Warfare is a vehicular combat game that's meant to focus on military technology existing from the mid-20th century to the present day. As such, the game is unique from similar games of the same genre, and that its more modern setting permits the implementation of a very wide range of technology that shapes the game in interesting ways. It's familiar enough to veterans of the genre, but gives a whole different slew of things to learn. As such, Armored Warfare maintains a unique level of complexity to any form of newcomers. I'll discuss some examples of this. Let's start with the vehicles themselves. Armored Warfare is progression-based, set up by tiers and classes. The higher the tier vehicle is, the more powerful it's going to be. As far as different categories of vehicles are concerned then, there are 5 that exist in-game, and they all have something unique to them. Let's take a look. Main battle tanks feature some of the most iconic vehicles in the game, and they're all about making their presence well known on the battlefield. They often have the most armor, and are generally very versatile machines, capable of taking on a good number of roles. It's also the most varied class in the game. For instance, some main battle tanks focus on firepower, while others focus on armor and mobility. They're denoted in-game by a filled-in diamond shape. As the name implies, light tanks are all about mobility, but while they sacrifice armor to gain such an advantage, they still carry a great deal of firepower on board that's comparable to main battle tanks. Lights excel at harassing opponents from unexpected angles, and boast exceptional on-the-move accuracy, in addition to the ability to generate a short amount of speed to help them escape unfavorable situations. They're denoted by the outline of a diamond shape. Tank destroyers are high-caliber sniping machines, capable of dealing often the largest amounts of damage per shot by tier. They rely on distance and stealth to be of use, as they don't have enough armor to take on most opponents head-on. Their unique ability allows them to reduce the camouflage penalty from up to 3 shots fired to conceal themselves easier. They're also generally very fast, often running on wheels rather than treads, so they can get into potent firing positions often before their opponents realize where they are. Tank destroyers are denoted by a triangle icon in-game. AFVs, Armored Fighting Vehicles, are all about utility. They're very well suited as scouts, showcasing speed, view range, and stealthiness. When stationary, they receive spotting bonuses, and they have the ability to designate targets for their allies, allowing them to deal extra damage, as well as having the location of that target broadcasted to them. But spotting isn't an AFV's only forte. They can also capture enemy objectives faster than other classes. Some AFVs also function as fire support vehicles, complete with high-tech protection systems and unique weapons like guided missiles. In-game, they're denoted by a hollowed-out circle icon. Finally, we have SPGs, self-propelled guns. Their role, indirect fire support. They lob high-splash shells over long distances to saturate target areas. Blasts from artillery shells are effective at crippling the modules of targets struck by them, but damage isn't the only thing SPGs are capable of. Some can be armed with smoke shells and spotting shells. Thus, SPGs function as a support class, but playing an SPG requires that its driver be on the lookout for enemy artillery that may try to fire back, as firing an SPG broadcasts its location to other drivers of the same class. They're denoted by an obelisk shape in-game. Tech trees, then, are found in dealers, who offer several lines of progression a player can go down. Each dealer features 3 basic vehicles that you'll progress through rather quickly, but have certain prerequisites for specific progression lines called blocks, starting at Tier 3. These prereqs are loosely related to the type of vehicle's roles themselves. For instance, to access Sophie Wolfley's line of recon vehicles, you need to spot a certain number of players with any of her vehicles. Progressing down the block is as simple as playing matches with the vehicles sequentially from Tier 3 to Tier 4 and so on. If you invest enough time into a block to progress to Tier 9, the process changes somewhat. Instead, developing enough points with a Tier 8 will give you a token that can give you access to any Tier 9 of your choice within the dealer tree. A token can only be earned with a certain Tier 8 once. There's more to playing a vehicle than just going down the block, though. Each vehicle in-game has a set of upgrades solely unique to them. The upgrades are arranged by armor, firepower, mobility, and technology characteristics. Some vehicles focus on certain upgrades more than others. For instance, a main battle tank will generally have more armor upgrades to research than other vehicle classes. Armor upgrades can also permit usage of advanced protection systems like cages and reactive armor. Firepower upgrades almost always give access to advanced ammunition types and sometimes more complex weapons like guided missiles. Mobility upgrades come in the form of improved speed and handling characteristics, and technology upgrades often concern utility like spotting abilities. They can also give access to unique items like smoke grenades. And all of that still only scratches the surface, since upgrades can also be found in the form of retrofit slots. Retrofits host unique enhancements that boost various characteristics of a vehicle. These enhancements can be further improved once a player has achieved proven status with a certain vehicle, which is achieved when a player earns 50% of a vehicle's total points pool, called reputation. Proven status then gives access to another set of upgrades for a given vehicle, sometimes boosting stats, but also giving credit boosts and even commanders. Commanders give bonuses to your vehicle, and unlike crew members, which are assigned to a specific vehicle, commanders can be swapped into any vehicle of a player's choice. Time spent using the commander in-game earns experience towards a tree of unlocks unique solely to them, much like vehicle upgrades. It's important for the player to utilize commanders that will fit both the vehicle's intended role and the player's personal preference in order to optimize in-game effectiveness. Those are the basics. In summary, main battle tanks are all about armor and versatility, light tanks excel at combat on the move, tank destroyers snipe from range, AFVs can scout, cap, or provide fire support, and SPGs provide support from long range. Spending enough time with a particular vehicle or commander gets the most out of it, and enhances your play. Armored Warfare is a game all about tactical flexibility, so it's important to find a playstyle that suits you the most. But the game is constantly evolving and receives regular content updates, and that's a large part of what makes this game so interesting. If you want to learn about more specific mechanics, you can read all about them on the main features page of the Armored Warfare website. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. I'm Gregory Aaron Havener. Thanks so much for watching.